YouTube, what's good? It's your boy, Paulus Harris, aka the Crazy Uncle. Hey, guess what? This your first time tuning in. Go ahead, hit doggone subscribe button, hit notification bell every time I post up new content. Well, people, yes, tasty beverage as usual. Uh, unless you've been under a rock, everybody knows what's going on with the fires in Los Angeles, California, or Los Angeles, California. And the only reason why I say that, is because, and I'm not no preacher and all that kind of stuff, but it's funny how you can get a city like Los Angeles, California, right? And you got Hollywood out there, right? What is that? The Bohemian Grove, all that kind of stuff, going on out there in the great state of California. You can't help but ask yourselves about the war in heaven, right? Michael and his angels. Yeah, it was Michael and Gabriel, I believe, right? And so, well, Lucifer lost, but when he was cast out, right? But his tail, right, drew a third. I want to say it was either a third, yeah, a third of the angels. Guess where those angels landed? They landed in what is now called Los Angeles, as well as Las Vegas, right? And I told y'all about what Vegas, how they spell it and how it's actually really spelled in medical terms. But the Vegas nerve starts at the tongue, right? Why the fuck you think they be telling y'all, hey, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? but with all that being said, right? And for like this, well, let's just say this: thoughts and prayers goes out to the people in the city of Los Angeles. I will say that regardless of what I've been saying. So, with all that being said, right, I'm sitting up here and I'm watching, you know, fellow YouTuber, and he do all the crazy TikTok shit, or he's one of the many that actually really do all the TikTok shit. I really, what the fuck y'all gonna, what y'all gonna do come January 19th? All right, so hey, but I really ain't fucked up about that right now. But I was looking at they brought up this one interesting point on TikTok, right? I guess, and I don't know if they did it just because of the fires that's actually really going on there in Los Angeles, right? But they were saying that it was a couple of statistics that actually really, made me raise my eyebrow. The population of the state of California is more people than all of Canada combined, right? I mean, now, grant the fact, okay, some of that shit you can't live in, right? But it's just for the simple fact that, hey, if the state of California got more people than Canada, and that's a country, that's something right there. And then they was actually really talking about that the money that the state of California generates, right, is just as good as France, and there were like two other countries that they say I couldn't remember. But then I thought about what the fuck is going on in California right now, right? And then I'm listening to all of this stuff about Trump wants to buy Canada. Trump wants to buy doggone Greenland. Now, from here on out, this is strictly the crazy uncle talking. But just know this. Once you hear me out, you could say, okay, that do make a little bit of sense. So, that being said, fires that's going on out there in Los Angeles, California. Now, depending on who the fuck you talk to and the type of videos that you see, some of that stuff, I'm just saying is suspect. I mean, because for one, how you gonna, you got a fire, motherfucker, okay, go get the water. I mean, yeah, go get the truck, go get the water hose. Now y'all ain't got no water to put the fire out. No water to put the fire out, right? So, and and then on top of that, right? A lot of the insurance folk said, you know what? We're gonna cancel y'all fire insurance or whatever. So you ain't got no water. The folk cancel you out. And then the mayor, she don't even know what the fuck going on. The governor, he act like he know what the fuck going on. So the way that Los Angeles is looking right now, that shit look like a motherfucking war zone. So, and even on top of all of this, right? The one thing that really hadn't did shit in a long ass while is probably finna start making up some real serious noise. And I'm talking about the San Andreas fault. Right? And so, so when you look at that, because right now, if you truly want my goddamn honest opinion, the shit that's actually really going on in the state of California is nothing more than a trial run for something that's a hell of a lot bigger than what any of us can actually really imagine. But the thing about it though is this, and I kind of got off subject a little bit, but I will say this much. If you really don't pay attention to what the fuck is going on, there's going to be a lot of shit that you're going to miss out on. Because if you actually really stop and look at shit that's been going on within the past, I don't know, month and a half. So here it is, you got the so-called drones, they all over here and shit, fucking with everybody, but Trump then came out and told you, hell, there ain't nobody but the United States government. So you had the drones, then you had the two people, the one man that shot the guy in New York, and then the motherfucker that ran over everybody in New Orleans, right? And then Harp is doing his job like never before, right? That motherfucker, they cut the damn machine on and fucked up all of the southern states. Meanwhile, this fire is going on in the state of California. And this is what the fuck, if I didn't say it already, I'm about to say it now. This is nothing more than a trial run for the state of California. So Trump is looking at it like this. Okay, if we buy Canada and buy Greenland, guess what? The state of California is nothing more than they can act like literally kick that motherfucker off, because the heart machine acts like really, that motherfucker acts like really produce earthquakes. So so it's just like this. I don't want nobody actually like really, well, I don't want nobody losing their life over what the fuck the so-called powers that be think is actually like really going to be better, right? I've been against it. I've always been against stuff like that that's gonna fuck people over. But if I'm right, if I'm wrong about this, then okay, right? I'll take that loss, and hey, it is what it is. But if I'm right about this, if I'm really right about this, because it's not like these motherfuckers ain't used to taking people's lives on a daily basis. But sometimes that shit is acts like it's like a slow and torturous death. But all what I'm saying is this. If either Canada, Greenland, if both of them agree to that, all y'all that's living in the state of California, I suggest you pack up and move. Just putting it out there. I mean, great the fact, yeah, this is something that I saw from TikTok. But then again, you could look at this. It's like what I was actually really talking about earlier, right? You found some of the lost angels. So who's to say that shit? I mean, I get it. Everybody else is being like, well, yeah, this happened on purpose. You got damn right it happened on purpose, right? So, but not like how y'all think that it happened, right? But then again, if I'm wrong about it, then hey, look, I'm still in the motherfucking equation. But I just look at it like this. Since y'all want to sit up here and holler about, oh, we're at the end of days. Well, guess what? If that's the case, if indeed that's the case, then they start that shit right off with the state of California, right there in Los Angeles or Los Angeles, right? But then, and I'm gonna tell you what the fuck is gonna happen. They're gonna be like, okay, yeah, put like this. You can be like, well, yeah, y'all can be like, they move everybody out of California, right? And so basically what's gonna happen, right? They'll be like, okay, well, y'all go up to Canada. That belongs to us, right? And then, it's kind of fucked up, right? But then if you actually really stop and think about it, it makes kind of sense because even though this damn borders are for Trump, I'm telling you what the fuck gonna happen on that, right? They probably go and capture a whole bunch of motherfuckers. Yeah, they gonna get you if they ain't already done got you, right? And then they gonna be like, okay, look, we need to put these motherfuckers somewhere, right? We can't put them in California because we finna tear that some bitch up, but we gotta keep them here to do something, right? Till we fuck up California, right? We buy Canada and then we buy Greenland, right? Because we're gonna need to replace that money, plain and simple. But then again, when you actually really stop and think about it for a minute, if you actually really just thought about it, I'm like, okay, this shit don't make sense. But then again, I also look at the crazy uncle look at shit a hell of a lot different than y'all. So hey, it is what it is. But it is actually like really something to think about. Trump gets in office, and if he has his way with doggone Canada and Greenland, or it could be just for the simple fact that I don't know, maybe Trump is actually really trying to do what Chuck D did in that intro song off of his album Music and Our Message, right? And then they didn't actually really call it the United States. If you're a PE fan, go, you already know what the fuck I'm talking about. But the thing about it though is this. I forget what year it is. Matter of fact, I gotta go listen to that shit right now. And basically it was saying that the United States wasn't the United States anymore. It was the United World States of Europe, America. I believe that's what it was called. So just know this. And that's another way of looking at it. So just know this. Whatever the fuck happens, right? Just know that the crazy uncle told y'all asses first. So with that being said, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell Big Dan, tell Big Bertha, your uncle, your aunt, and your grandma, your papa. Motherfucker next door across the street around the corner, Paul's Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. Holler at y'all.